So, introduction to goalkeeping. What is the role of a goalkeeper? What is our primary responsibilities as a goalkeeper? And the critical and unique role the goalkeeper play in any team. So, the game nowadays has evolved that as a goalkeeper, you need to be really good with your feet. Teams use you a lot in the build-up in terms of tactics and how they want to play out from the back. And there's a lot of emphasis on using your feet, right foot, left foot. And, there's many nice looking goalkeepers that can ping the ball. They can kick the ball right, left, using all the different techniques. But the sole role of a goalkeeper still, in my opinion, is to stop the ball. That's the most valuable thing you can do. So that's number one. Other than that, is being a leader and an excellent communicator. Because the best thing we can do is to prepare our team the best we can so that we don't even have to stop any shots. Then you had a good day in the office playing a game. Because you've set up your team the right way, you've communicated, you've been a leader, and you have not even, it has not even been necessary for you to make the save. So, also in the dressing room, we need to have a strong character, be a leader, go forward as a good example, because I think naturally the role of a goalkeeper tends to go towards being a leader because the responsibility is so huge. We walk a thin line between success and error. And with that come a lot of responsibility and, a lot of weight on our shoulders. And then I think it's normal that we take that leadership role because we need to really own it. We need to own our own performance because, we are doing an individual sport within the team. So being a leader is really, really important. So stopping the ball, being a good communicator, being a leader in the dressing room, and go forward as a good example in games, in training, I think is really important for us as a goalkeeper. And still, the role of the goalkeeper is to stop the ball still, in my opinion. And then when we've accomplished that, next up is supporting our team, claiming crosses, playing out from the back, and helping our team also produce chances and score goals. But being an excellent communicator, stopping the ball, being a leader, I think is 3 bullet points that's really, really important. The importance of goalkeeping fundamentals. Why it is essential that you learn the fundamentals the right way so that you create a foundation for your goalkeeping. And how a solid foundation and mastering the basics helps your team succeed. So, mastering the fundamentals from a young age is really, really important. All the basics of how to handle the ball, how to dive low, high, how to claim a cross, how to kick a ball, get some decent, solid positioning in, and also know how to communicate and how to behave in the goal, I think is really important. From that, we can evolve, introducing distribution, right foot, left foot, side volleys, half volleys, playing out from the back under a lot of pressure, and develop other skills that is more advanced. That way, if we then have the solid foundation, then acquiring all those additional skills, these expert skills, the skills that stands out, that's when we can help, our team. If you have an excellent kick on the ball, if the opposing team wants to play high, then since you have mastered all the fundamentals, you've then after gone on to practice your skills in kicking, in distribution, in all kinds of way. Then you can affect how your team play and how the opponent face your team, because you have such a good kick. So mastering fundamentals and then expanding your game from there, I think is amazing. And if you manage to get the fundamentals right, you can also give all the more energy to your team, to your defense, because you have the security in yourself that the fundamentals are there. I'm solid, I'm secure, I'm stable. Then it's way easier to give more attention to other things that also takes cognitive energy and cognitive focus, like helping your teammates, honing other skills, more advanced skills that can improve your game and help your team as a whole. And also when you master the fundamentals, being a goalkeeper is much more fun as well. Much more fun. And that leads us into the next point, the impact a goalkeeper can have on a game. There's many ways that the goalkeeper can influence the outcome of a match, and I can provide Ederson and Neuer as a couple examples for you. That's a little bit what I talked about just now. Ederson, when Manchester City plays, we know that Ederson can ping balls right and left with his right foot, left foot, even though his left foot is by far the best one. When teams started to play a high line against City, City just made a counter movement to that tactic, and that was to just put Aguero in offside position on goal kicks, and then he would just ping the ball in behind. And I think we all can remember a couple of goals where Aguero scored from that. And that's the way he influenced the whole outcome of a game, not just that moment and that goal, but also how the opponent face Manchester City. Now they don't dare to go as high, and that again allows City to get more room to play out from the back, which is really, really cool, because it's not often we can see that a goalkeeper with his distribution and his really expert skill can affect a game that much. And then we also have Manuel Neuer in Bayern Munich, when he, I think he took the sweeper keeper to a whole nother level. It allowed, especially under Pep Guardiola when he played there, Pep, he wanted to have a really, really high line. And also for Germany, when he played especially when they won the World Cup, we have all seen him rushing out, dribbling past defenders, no attackers, after the ball coming in behind, sweeping up balls, and then allowing Bayern Munich or Germany to get one extra attack instead of having to defend against that attack. So really, really valuable. And Neuer, yeah, he's unique. He's so good. And that's a couple of examples of how you, as a goalkeeper, can affect the outcome of a game, or the way a game is set up and how it's played on any given match day. Mindset and mental toughness. Goalkeepers need a strong mind. We need to have a constant focus, strong resilience, and we need to make high quality decisions under pressure. Psychological strength is essential for success in the goalkeeper position. So we have touched on this a little bit, but we goalkeepers, we really need to have a strong mind, because there's so much responsibility on our shoulders. And since we are, walking this really, really thin line between error and between error and success, often when there's so much at stake, the pressure gets really high. So that really needs us goalkeepers to have a strong mind, and how to train your brain, how to develop your brain to be able to handle that as the stakes go higher in your career. Because for every year there's more at stake. You get older, and eventually, if suddenly you're standing there like a pro, you play for money. The club needs the money. Maybe your teammates this is the livelihood. Then we can't crumble. We need to still perform under high pressure. And I'm still using a mental performance coach. I'm training my brain to remain focused, to remain present in the moment, and how I can deal with different pressured moments in games and training, because it's not only games where we need to perform and be good, but it's also in training every day to show to the club, to the coaching staff, and to our teammates that we are reliable and that we can be counted upon. So really, really important for us goalkeepers to handle the mental aspect of goalkeeper. And I think this is the most important aspect of goalkeeping as well, because I think I would take 100% confidence all the time over being super fit any day. So really, really important. And later on in this course, there will be a whole week designated to how you can build self-belief, self-efficacy, self-confidence, and how you can improve your brain to handle the pressures, or the pressure that comes with being a goalkeeper. I want to share a goalkeeping story, and that's about how I signed my first professional contract. As a young kid, I played for Øyene, as mentioned before. I played there from I was 4 or 5 to I was 12 years old. Within that time period, Viking FK, the biggest team in Stavanger, had watched me a couple of times playing in a local cup, playing in a cup for kids in Lyngdal, outside of Kristiansand here in Norway. They had watched my talents. They saw that I had potential as a goalkeeper. And after, watching me play games around Stavanger and, talking to some of the parents that were close to the team, talking about how my development was and how I was doing and what kind of guy I was. When I was 12 and the team that I was played for, Øyene, got split up. Someone went to a few other local teams. Viking asked, and the goalkeeper coach of Viking, Kurt Hegre, asked if he could coach me and bring me to Viking. Of course, I said yes. They asked my dad first, and he, of course, said, talk to the boy. And, of course, this was a great opportunity for me. So I said yes. And from there, I just grinded. There were ups and downs, but I did not, stop believing in myself and my abilities. I remember writing this checklist for myself when I was young, how much I should sleep, what I should eat, only eating candy once a week, and all this sort of stuff. I started doing mental training, and I coached myself mentally from a young age, because I really wanted to be a professional. So after being in Viking for a few years, at 14, 15, I got picked up by the youth national teams as well. I got some international experience, and I was regarded as one of the most talented young goalkeepers around in Norway. And then when I was 16, the winter of 2007, I signed my first professional contract. I was only 16. the youngest that I signed for Viking, at least at that time, as a professional. And yeah, I really, it was a grind, but also I learned so much on the process, on the road to being a professional. And then, I remember signing. It's the biggest thing that happened for me as a human being and as a boy. And, putting your pen to paper and, now the journey starts. And here I sit 18 years after, still as a professional. I'm really proud. And this is a feeling I also want you to have. And even if you don't push for being pro, I want you to enjoy your goalkeeping. And I want you to, if you're a coach or if you're a parent, I want you to give the right attention and to be supportive against goalkeepers, because the position is immensely demanding. And it's also the coolest and toughest position to play in sports, in my opinion. So yeah, I was lucky to sign my first professional contract very young, and I want to help you on the same journey as well. But I did not have a course designated for helping young goalkeepers and any goalkeeper out there. I did not have that at that time. So yeah, I wanted to be accessible for as many people as possible.